Hello, good morning. Beautiful day again, isn't it? Monday morning it is, beautiful day. I thought it was Sunday when I got up. I've had a right lazy start to the day, I have, and I've got to do some posting yet, but it's the lazy start to the day. Good morning everybody, bit of subliminal. I must never forget the subliminal. Anyway, this is just a quick word, right, from me to you. This is just the people really, this is just for the attention of the people that are buying the sheets off of me, for like what I owe you and so on, sheets of coins. And then with the idea of reselling them, right? Which I haven't got a problem with, by the way, quite happy with that. And I was thinking, when I send out a newsletter every now and again, if you want me to include the link of your shop in the newsletter, I don't mind doing that, because that then helps people, help you maybe sell an extra couple and get some of your money. You see what I mean? So I don't mind that. But obviously you'd have to ask me, because it's not something I could just assume that you would want me. You might not want people to know that you're an investor, and therefore, so therefore you'd have to ask. But I'm quite happy to do that. I don't see why I can't feature some of your shops, some of your eBays. Why not? It's subliminal. Anyway, getting on for the reason for the vid. So it's like this. I've noticed something as a trend, and that trend is that virtually whatever 50p sheets I put up, I say virtually because not every single one, but virtually whatever 50p sheets I put up, or £2 sheets or £1 sheets I put up, they're gone. They go within hours, sometimes within a couple of days, sometimes within hours. And I also know that there are a fair few of you that are waiting for me to list this next load of 50p sheets so that you can steam straight in there and buy every single one. And again, I ain't got a problem with that either. It suits me to do both. It really makes no difference to me if I owe somebody £1,000 and they have £1,000 worth of stock, or I sell that £1,000 worth of stock for cash and pay them the £1,000. For me, it makes no difference. So I'm quite happy with that. That suits me down to the ground, and it's suiting a lot of you. But what I'm a bit worried about is this. Having so many of you diving in for the 50p sheets and the £2 as soon as I list them, that can only have one end result. And apart from the people of you that are buying them one at a time and odd ones for your own collection, this doesn't apply. But for those of you that are buying like 10 sheets, 20 sheets, all the sheets I list and all that kind of thing, then you're going to sell them. Well, what's going to happen is there's going to be an end result. And that end result is going to be that a big bundle of 50p sheets, £2 sheets, £1 sheets are going to be in the hands of a few people, shall we say, I don't know, 5 to 10 people. Like I say, apart from the ones that are in private collection, you own it for your private collection, doesn't apply. And those of you that want the money sooner rather than later, you're not only going to end up competing with me, you're going to end up competing with each other. And listen, putting the 50p sheets together and selling them to you to knock off the debt at £100 a sheet is brilliant for me. It is mind-blowingly brilliant for me. I won't hide from that fact. It is fantastic for me. It becomes great for you if you can sell it for £100 or more. It doesn't become great for you if you start reducing the price down to 60 quid, 50 quid, whatever. It doesn't become great for you. And by all diving on that same thing, you might be in danger of ending up competing with yourselves. That's all I'm saying there, right? And then the danger on that is by competing with each other, you artificially lower the market instead of all selling at a reasonable price. Because you've got several people that want to sell them and sell them now. You see? In fact, I know this takes a bit of thingy to do because if you're skint you can't do this, but the longer you keep hold of those sheets, the higher the value of the sheet. You see coins go up, if you like, in value, 50p here, pound there, etc, etc, but overall for a sheet, you've then got a sheet going up by like 5, 10, 15, 20 quid. And each sheet, excuse me, comes with something tasty. So if it ain't got a set of penguins in it, it's got 1 or 2 penguins and a non-release coin, like a 92 or a 93 or a 72 or something. Something that you can't get hold of, something that's tasty, something that's expensive. You know, I try and put something in every sheet. So this is really important, and it's important for you to think about. Because, again, let me say, I'm not trying to push anybody in any direction. For me, brilliant. 4 or 5 of you all say, yeah, I'll have every 50p sheet I can get my hands on. Great. Great for me. It means as soon as they go up, that's 2 grand off the debt, boom, that's 2 grand off the debt, boom, that's 2 grand. It's great for me. I don't want you to get stuck with stuff that you end up not being able to sell, or because you're competing with each other on, the price is going lower and lower and lower. And then later on, you might not be too happy, and you might come back to me and say, "Wow, this was a rubbish idea. I'm not selling them." And then I'd have to try and explain to you why. So I just want to be really fair, right? Really honest and really fair. I don't want to lead any of you up the garden path. Some of these sheets of 50p's, they're worth putting. Some of them are worth putting 150 quid on and just leaving in the cupboard. 150 quid, list it, leave it in the cupboard. One day that will sell. And for those of you that want to test that out, you know, you buy a sheet, I guarantee you will make £50 profit on that sheet before you would make £50 profit on a £100 investment, putting it in any investment place. Bit subliminal. Now, the other thing about the 50p sheets is, as long as I can find tasty coins to put in, either the odd non-release coins or penguins or whatever, and let's face it, I've got quite a few. So for a while I can keep that going. I can make sheet after sheet after sheet after sheet after sheet of 50p coins. I can make hundreds of sheets of 50p coins. I can keep making sheets of 50p and £2 coins and £1 coins until the cows come home, till I'm old and grey, instead of being young and sexy and virile and head full of hair like I am now. So, and that's honest stuff I'm giving you, you know. Now, there are other things that I do, like for instance, now let me just tell you this for instance. I did some sheets over the weekend with Franzel. You've got 10 pennies across the top 2 tiers of the sheet. You've then got 10 2p coins across the next two lines of the sheet. And then you've got a line of 5p's and a line of 10p's. It's a mixed sheet. So you've got 10 pennies, 10 2s, 5 5s, 5 10s. Now, these, I put 68 of them of exactly the, well, not exactly the same, because some of the dates do change on some of them, right? But what I've done is, but you've got 68 sheets exactly the same in the fact that there's 10 different dated pennies, 10 different dated 2p, 5 different dated 5p's, 5 different dated 10p's. And there's a couple of odd ones, there's even old 10p. And it's all for Isle of Man, right? 68 of them. Now, even I cannot replicate another 68 of those. And the reason I can't do it, I've got quite a few pennies and I've got quite a few 2p's for Isle of Man, and I will be able to do more sheets where you have, say, 3 rows of pennies and 3 rows of 2p's and odd maybe Isle of Man coins mixed in. But I will not be able to put together another 68 sheets of that particular 10 pennies, 10 2s, 5 5s, 5 10p's. I won't be able to replicate that again. The reason being, it's almost cleared me out of my 5p's, and apart from a few odd ones, it's cleared me out of my 10p's. So there's no way I can replicate those sheets. And what I'm about doing is I'm about turning and doing these sheets with all of the coins I've got in stock. and I've barely started yet. This is just Isle of Man, and I've done 68 sheets. Yes, it's killed the 10p's, yes, it's killed the 5p's, but I've still got loads of pennies and 2p's. But the point is, even though I can do more penny and 2p sheets, mixes, I can't do any more penny, 2p, 5p, 10p. Now that should give you, now this is what I would be looking at if I was you. I wouldn't be looking at cashing in my money on something that that person can replicate 1,000,000 times over and other people are diving into. If I was cashing in my money, I want to buy something really that's a bit more exclusive, because then if I'm the only one who's got it, well then I'm controlling that market. So at the moment, I'm controlling the market of 68 sheets of those coins. Once they leave me, I'm not controlling that market anymore. So, and I've put other sheets of Isle of Man. I've mixed in pound coins. I've mixed in various coins with the Isle of Man, pennies and 2p's and so on and so forth. I only literally had one single solitary sheet where I could do 30 pennies, every single one of them a different date. And then of course, it's like, I ain't got any more of that year, I ain't got any more of that year. So suddenly you're down to 28 and 27. So you've got to mix a couple of things with it. But when I start doing this kind of stuff, when I start putting these sheets together of Channel Islands and Isle of Man and Falklands, and or I don't know if I've got enough to put a whole sheet together of Falklands, I might have to mix it in with something else, and the countries and that kind of thing, there's only going to be so many. Because the one thing I'm not going to do is I'm never going to go back to the kind of sorting out and buying of coins that we used to do, yearing them and selling them individually. I'll never go back to that. I will only do sheets from now on. That's all I will do. And that way I will mix them up best way I can, but I won't go back to doing what I did before. So there are some sheets that probably won't get replicated. You know, if you think about it, that sheet I put together, 68 sheets of those Isle of Man coins, penny, 2p, 5p, 10p. I mean, what it would take for somebody to put that together. A bit subliminal. Because you've got 30 pockets times 68 sheets. 30 pockets times 10 sheets is 300 coins. 60 sheets is 1,800 coins. And then you've got 8 times 30, 240. So you've got 2,040 coins, or something like that, 1,940 coins. That's a lot of coins. Think about that kind of thing. Because then you go from the realms of, those sheets are worth buying at 60 quid off the debt, and they are worth putting up at 75, 80, 90 quid a sheet, because there's not going to be anybody out there that can compete with that, because there's nobody out there virtually that's got that many different dated of different denomination Isle of Man coins. Do you see where I'm going with that? So I just thought I'd do this quick 10-minute video just to a word to the wise, as it were. You know, I don't want to teach Granny how to suck eggs, but I've been buying and selling for a long time, and I do know that exclusivity works better than, you know, every day. That's all I'm saying. But I will quite happily keep selling you the 50p's and the £2 sheets. I really don't mind. Honestly don't mind. I just thought I'd point that out to you. All right then, so have a good look. Have a good look at some of those stamp sheets. You know, I'd put those stamp sheets, some of them stamp sheets up 75, 80, 90 quid, 100 quid. Because they contain MNH, which is mint never hinged, MH, which is mint and hinged, as well as non-franked. And I used to sell the stamps individually, minimum £2, and I'd sell them up to like 5 or 6 quid, depending, you know, on the one that's mint never hinged and so on. People want these filling for their collection. So word to the wise is don't resell everything less than what you buy it for. You know, if it's exclusive, if there ain't that many of them, well then you can put more on it and just leave it there and it will sell. All right, thanks a lot. Bye for now.